Back to that story about the Pretoria High Court dismissing with costs an application by the Fair Trade Independent Tobacco Association, and also a story about the application to have the National COVID Command Council to have it declared unconstitutional. Lungi Mtshali, spokesperson of the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. He joins me now to talk about these cases. Let's talk about the tobacco ban, the ban on the sale of tobacco products. This postponement, if we should call it that, Mr. Mtshali, does it work in your favor? Does it give government an opportunity to further entrench its position?
Okay, thank you very much. On the two matters around the temporary ban on cigarettes, we obviously welcome the judgment today from the High Court, which says that the regulations basically are not unconstitutional. Both the High Court in the Western Cape and the High Court in Gauteng. And coming to the issue of the postponement, we don't know if this is a postponement because from us, we only got, after negotiating with the other party, we got notification from the Judge President's office that the matter is set for the first week of August. There was never a court date before that, as far as we know.
So, according to the information that we have, British American Tobacco South Africa's challenge has been postponed to August the 5th. Are you saying you are unaware of this?
It's not a postponement. This is a date we have been given by the Judge President, by the court. It's not a postponement because the matter was supposed to be heard on the 24th, according to the applicant's own application. But after submitting court papers, it was clear that there's no way that this court case can be heard on the 24th, and hence we were given the date of the first week of August.
So is it dismissed in your view?
Sorry?
So are you saying it's been dismissed and that there's just another court case?
There's just a court date. It's not been dismissed, that the court has given us a date. It's not a postponement, it's just a date that we've got from the court.
Okay, you'll pardon me for being pedantic because I just want to understand what COGTA's position is, because you're saying it's not a dismissal, it's not a postponement. So what is it, and what does it mean for your position?
So the parties went to negotiate dates because what we both agreed on was that due to the significance of this case, it's a case that needed to be heard in front of a full bench of the High Court, and we agreed on that. So the court then said, if we want a full bench, the date that they can give us is the first week of August.
So let's talk about the merits of the case. BAT and other companies that are challenging this legislation by government, the ban of tobacco products, are going to the heart of the matter, that there is no correlation between COVID-19 and smoking, and government obviously contending that it is a danger. The reasoning has been questioned on if other things expose people to COVID-19. For instance, we saw with the reopening of the alcohol industry, people weren't not only observing social distancing, but we've also seen other pandemics, as they've been called, rise as a result of the sale of alcohol. So why does government feel so strongly about tobacco products?
You remember that with alcohol, I can just say that there is an indirect link that causes people to forget the social distancing protocols. But with tobacco or smoking particularly, there is a direct link because in that smoking and COVID-19 both affect the lungs. But we've always said that we're not at war with either the tobacco companies or the smokers. All we are saying at this moment is that we are really pleading with them to help us to give every South African that does contract COVID-19 an opportunity to get a hospital bed, a ventilator, when they do complicate with COVID-19. So we're saying in order to reduce the severity of COVID sickness, we really say appealing to South Africans to respect this part of the regulation because we see a direct link with smoking and COVID-19.
And there are people who obviously have continued to ask this question about the respiratory aspect of it, and there are scientific papers that are even questioning this from the Chinese position, for instance. Why do you see a direct link, and is it in line with the WHO's contentions?
It is in line with the WHO contention that smoking and smoking attacks the lungs, and so does COVID-19. But the fact that there hasn't been community studies in this case that go into the direct link between COVID and smoking due to the newness of the disease. But what we do know is that these are both things that attack the same part of the body.
Is that something that will put you in a difficult state?
As government, we've always said that when there's this uncertainty, the evidence has always been that there would be a link. So we've decided that we will always err on the side of caution.
Okay, will it put you in a difficult state in the court case when you're saying because of the lack of community studies, you can't really prove the direct link? Is it something that's going to be a difficulty for you during this court case?
We don't think so, because community studies require time, and as you know that COVID is a very new disease. It only landed in South Africa on the 5th of March, so there wouldn't have been time for any community studies in this short period of time.
All right, thank you so much, Lungi Mtshali, spokesperson of the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs.